Here at the workshop is really about looking at every aspect of the 356 and say, what would Porsche have done if they would have had, in 1955, if they would have had access to parts in the 90s, and so dragging all those parts and technology down into the cars, but keeping them really looking like something that the factory might have built. Just like our engine, you'll see there's a mock-up engine inside here, and you'll see about 10 of them inside the shop on engine stands. That's the engine that we use in all of our cars, and the concept behind that, an original 356 engine was a 1600cc pushrod engine with hot oil inside the block, and made 60 to 90 horsepower. Well, in the 90s, by the 90s, the 911 engine is twin plugs per cylinder. It's overhead camshafts. It's dry sump, so the oil is out in the tank instead of in the engine. And so we took all of that concept and architecture of the 964 base 911 and we shrunk it down to a 4-cylinder so that it improves the drivability and the horsepower of the 356, but really gives all of the modern components that you want. And so all the Porsche parts bolt onto our own bespoke engine case, and we have our own crank that makes it a 4-cylinder instead of a 6. But really take a look at those, because you'll see the engine is the kind of heart of our car, and that's why we upgrade everything underneath to complement that and make a car that our clients don't hesitate to jump in and drive to New York. We just finished a car for a family out of Denmark. We built the car, they flew in, husband, wife, and 2 kids. We built a roof rack for the top like that. They put their luggage on the top, and they took delivery of it. They did a 2,000-mile kind of West Coast trip, dropped it off, and then we shipped it to Denmark for them. So the car had air conditioning and all the stuff, but it didn't look like it. And so our goal is really to just build cars and evolve the 356s that Porsche never stopped building them, but kept them looking the same way. So make yourselves at home. You'll see a number of people in the kind of black Emory shirt. Those are the craftsmen that work with me every day that make all this happen. And there's 17 of us that work here. We've got Chris Greenwood in the design office at the back corner. He does all of our digital work. He'll be in there to show you stuff that we 3D print. We hide him because we don't want people to actually think we use computers, but he's in the corner. And then my wife is in the office and runs the business side. And then the rest of us are in the workshop building every day. And people ask me, what do you do for a living? And I often tell them I'm just the lead singer in a heavy metal band, because when you're in the middle of the workshop during the day, there's so much banging, squealing, screeching, screaming that it's headphones only. But I'm in the middle of the workshop where you'll see the Yoder power hammer and English wheel and all that, and it's kind of like an orchestra. All the guys that work for me all around me, and we every day we show up at, I get here at 4 a.m., the crew shows up at 6, and we pound away to build these old cars. So make yourselves at home, look at the different stations and everything that we do. You're welcome to take pictures and look at everything, and also some of the stuff in the showroom here. And you're welcome to take a closer look at this car, which is very, has a tremendous amount of history. It was Porsche's first race car, the first Porsche to win Le Mans. John von Neumann, who owned the Porsche dealership here in the Valley, bought it from Porsche in 1952, raced it 3 times, and then cut the roof off. So made it a convertible in 1952. Those of you that know the coach builder Emil Diep, or that name, he was the one that cut the roof off and modified it in 1952. It raced all over the U.S., or well, primarily the West Coast, but it's raced all over the U.S. from 1952 to 2009. And then at that point, we discovered that it was the Le Mans winning car, and then we rebuilt. I hand-built a new roof and dash, and then brought it back to the point-in-time restoration of how Porsche raced it. So this one is our only full Concours restoration point in time. Everything else is heavily modified. So for you Porsche purists, sorry, but I like to take hammers and dollies to everything. So make sure you ask the guys questions in the shop. Don't hesitate to poke around and look at everything. There's restrooms right inside. And if anybody, we don't sell anything here. We're not a retail shop. We don't even sell t-shirts here at this facility. It's always on our website. That's how my mom makes a living. But she is here today, so if you want a t-shirt, you can twist her arm and she might sell you one. She's got some t-shirts in there, but yeah, we're not really selling anything. We're just building cars. So enjoy, make yourselves at home, and don't hesitate to look everywhere. So, thank you very much. down the hall where the bathrooms are, and then you'll see